Hi there, it's me, Teacher Mike from phuketpals.org. Welcome back to another video. Now, if you're enjoying these videos, whether they be our videos with free lessons or they're videos about our tips or whatever else it is, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps us help more people like you. And also hit the little notifications bell because, why not get these free videos just streaming into your own account. It saves you any effort and means you don't miss anything. So subscribe and hit that little bell and get to know us a bit better if you don't already. Okay, now in this video, I'm going to be telling you about an ebook. I'm going to kind of summarize an ebook that I wrote about a year ago. It's called the GED 165 Plus Mindset. Okay, the GED 165 Plus Mindset. Now just as a little kind of caveat for that particular title, this book is also, what I'm going to talk about today isn't only for those hitting 165 plus. It's also people looking to get 145 for the diploma pass. And it's also applicable for those who are going for the high scores like 175, 18, anything up into the scary numbers up towards 200 for on the GED spectrum. So I hope you find it useful. You should do, I think. We're actually getting many new subscribers all the time to the Phuket Pals YouTube channel, and we're really glad it's helping so many people out. People have been contacting us and saying thanks for the free content. We're happy to make this happen for you all because we think the GED can make is making a very positive difference to the world. So we're happy to be at the part of that, and we're also happy to be at the forefront of that in Thailand, in Phuket, Thailand, where we're actually based. So if you've ever been to Phuket in Thailand, give us a little comment in the box below and tell us what you think about the place. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the different points. This ebook comes in a series of points, and I'm not going to go into mega depth for each of the points, but just so we know from the off that each of these points is designed to improve your mindset towards the GED test. Okay, they're kind of general points that are applicable to all four areas of the test: the science, the maths, the RLA, and the social studies. So this is more about, it's not about this is what you do in the test, it's about this is how you prepare your head for getting getting a 165 score plus. Okay, so I did it in different steps. So the first step is about listing your 30-day GED SMART goals. Now I call these GED SMART goals. Now students might say, what are these SMART goals? What's the point? What are you talking about? Well, what you should do is you should always plan your study ahead at least 1 month. Okay, don't get up every morning and think, what will I study today? That's the wrong approach. Okay, what you should do is sit down at the start of each month and think to yourself, okay, so I got 4 areas of the test. What do I need to do? More importantly, you should think, which areas of the test am I weakest at? Which am I stronger at? And then focus more on the weak areas than the strong areas. Now I know there's a tendency, and I do this myself, is because you are stronger at something. Let's say you're better at social studies like me. Well, you kind of pencil in an equal amount or even more social studies reading time than for maths, for example, maybe that you're weaker at. This may feel good when you're studying, but you really need to focus on the areas that you're weaker at and give them more time on your study timetable. So personally, I do this through Google Calendar. Okay, so I will have Google at the first of the month. I advise my students, and with my own study schedule as well, I still do read books at the old age that I'm at of 39 these days. So what you should do is just split up your days, give a proportionate amount of study time to the subject based on how hard you find them. Okay, and once you've got these down on paper, okay, it becomes more real. It means when you wake up in the morning, you can kind of go to your Google Calendar and see what you have to do today. You can also see what you have to do the day following and for the rest of the week. And you've built up a bigger picture, a bigger study picture, rather than a kind of frantic day-to-day rush of will I do this, and you're grabbing books here, there and everywhere. Whatever you can find in the mess in your room is what you study. Don't do it that way. get organized, plan a month ahead, and you'll be surprised at how much more on track you can stay with your studies. Okay. Also, like, what you should do is, you should do is, for, let's say you are weaker at maths, well, you should also make a list, not on a Google Calendar, but maybe on a Google document or in your notebook, whatever. You should make a list of things, well, knowledge and skills that you will need. So let's say you've already done a GED Ready test through GED.com. Well, you can make a list of the skills that you're still weak at, because it tells you on GED Ready, it says, you need to improve this. It tells you once you do that GED Ready pre-test. So make a list of those as well. And that means then when you're doing your daily practice, your daily studying, you can focus on those skills, pinpoint those skills, and then, get better quicker that way. I would also, it makes sense to write down the things that you need to overcome. It makes sense to write down the skills that you need to sharpen more. I just find that writing things down makes things feel more tangible, more like you can hold it. And as you're kind of, let's say you're halfway through your study session and then you glance over at your notebook which says I need to sharpen this skill. Well, you can kind of think to yourself, am I doing this? Have I spent the last 30 minutes helping myself out here according to my needs? Or am I kind of drifting a little bit? If you're drifting, use that, use the sentence you've written to kind of get you back on track and focus a bit more. Believe me, this will definitely help you. It's helped lots of my students out in the past. So get your 30-day GED Smart Goals down on a piece of paper, down on your Google Calendar. Okay, so what you need to do each day, and then make a list of skills that you need to improve upon as well. And you can kind of use both of those things concurrently to help you boost your score over a 30-day period. Okay, so that's step one. Step two is all about visualization of success. Okay, now I'm sure any of you who have been into kind of self-help or even dipped your toe in the water of self-help gurus, you'll hear this idea of visualization mentioned quite a lot. And on the surface, it can seem a little bit mumbo-jumbo, a little bit kind of hocus-pocus, juju up the mountain type thing. But in fact, it's not. It does have, and I'm not a scientist, but it does have its roots, or a lot of this is backed up by science. And I'll have to get teacher Alex from here to give to do a video on the ins and outs of that. I know it's to do with the neural connections and stuff in your brain, but I'm not going to waffle here and bore you to death with some pseudoscience. But let's just say that visualization is backed up by science. And there's a quote by Aristotle. If you don't know who Aristotle is, he was an ancient Greek thinker from over 2,000 years ago. And this is what he said, which links into visualization. And I think this is quite cool. First, have a definite, clear, practical idea, a goal, an objective. Second, have the necessary means to achieve your ends. Wisdom, money, materials, and methods. Third, adjust all your means to that end. Okay, so focus in on that first sentence again. Have a definite, clear, practical ideal, a goal, an objective. Okay, so that's Aristotle over 2,000 years ago, saying that it's vital to have an ideal, to have a goal, to have an objective. Now, that's more or less about goal setting, isn't it? But what you need to do is to avoid getting stuck at the goal setting stage, which many GED students do. Okay, they set up their, like I said before, they set up their SMART goals, they have their calendar all done out and everything, and then they still kind of sit there stuck in first gear, stalling the car, so to speak, and they never get going. Well, what you can do is use visualization to get you going. And this can be as simple as, just before you start your study session, read your goals for the day and sit back, breathe deeply and visualize what that will look like. Okay, what will it look like when you achieve your goals? How will you feel when you achieve your goals? How will you feel when you're trying to achieve your goals? Will you feel anxious? How will you overcome that anxiety? And what will you need to overcome the goals? Practically, will you need books? Just everything you can think of. You're kind of questioning within your head, closing your eyes and visualizing how this will happen. Now, you don't have to sit there in some kind of Zen-like trance for an hour. This can be done in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and you will feel much more focused and clear on what you have to do, how you will do it, and how you will overcome problems you might face once you've done this very quick visualization technique. So give it a try, and you can let me know in the comments below if it works for you. It definitely